Good morning, day 46, May 1st, leaving the Friendship Shelter up Mount Rogers Recreation Area Visitor Center. About 11-mile hike today. Should be pretty breezy. Gonna take a Nero. While I've departed the Partnership Shelter, which is about a 1/10 of a mile over there, I did take advantage of the lights and the wall to inventory my remaining food and just some of the things that I've been consuming along the way. Tortillas, I use those at lunchtime in conjunction with Spam Light. Who makes Spam Light? I don't know, but that's all I could find. Breakfast, try and get some bananas, banana chips with blueberries, and I got a few walnut chunks left, and I usually have an oatmeal. For snacks, Kind bars, honey stingers, trail mix. I mentioned electrolytes. Don't buy the cheap stuff. Energy chews on occasion, and then when I really need to power down, although I don't like it, the honey bun. Always take a swig of olive oil, put in my food, keeps the trains running on time. And then, for dinner, I'll do a Mountain House, and I keep one of these Mountain House containers to cook in, and the rest I just put in a Ziploc bags. Let's see, lunch yesterday, you saw the McDonald's. So much salt, so very, very much salt. I could tell this morning also. I could tell last night because I was retaining tons of water. Oh, and then coffee, breakfast. I usually have the instant packets, but the coffee is the delivery method for the caffeine, and I just open the top, dump it in, and chase it with water. I do the same thing for the oatmeal. Perhaps some people don't appreciate that efficiency, but that's just how I do it. If I were Cobra 37, I'd be cooking coffee right now. He's already gone for the morning. I'll catch up with him. This is a pretty cool feature at the Mount Rogers Visitor Center. It's called a rock column. So the rocks are presented in the order in which they were created, newest first. So we got maroon shale, limestone, dolomite, quartzite, gray shale, sandstone, basalt, sandstone conglomerate. See the pieces of rock kind of fused together. Tillite, rhyolite, greenstone. That's pretty cool. Rhyolite, gneiss. And so those are from the Paleozoic and Precambrian area. Geology was one of my favorite classes in school. And I remember one guy missed one of our field trips, and the teacher said, get with Dave. And he said, so what'd y'all do? And I just said, we drove around, looked at a bunch of rocks. 6:45, everybody's still asleep, including Mr. B in the rhododendron. But it's time for me to get going. Great breakfast place, filled up with water. I got about a 6.5 mile dry stretch. Not too awful bad. It's 39 degrees. Kind of chilly for this time of year, but got to be prepared. Still not ready to give up my snivel gear, my extra sleeping bag, and other cold weather items. Let's get to walking. 10.5 miles to Interstate 81, the longest interstate in Virginia. Mile 535. Good morning, America. Pink Rhododendrons, not to be confused with pink blazing. Not doing that. Mile 536. Mile 537. Mile 538. Forest Service Road 86, Glade Mountain Road. And this is the up. Mile 539. And many thanks to the trail maintainers. You can tell this has been recently cleared and no car wash. Mile 540. Just pulled up to a view of Walker Mountain, and there's Cobra 37 doing his thing. He's the master of breaking camp before dawn, setting up a coffee, taking his shoes and socks off. That's how you make miles, and that's how you finish the AT. Good job, Cobra 37. Glad I finally caught up with you. No, you caught up with me yesterday. In a rare turn of events, I was in front of you. But apparently I took the shortcut. So here's the lookout, and man, I appreciate the clearing that the trail supporters did, and it's called View of Walker Mountain. And that is Walker Mountain right there. The significance of that is that Interstate 77, it's a north-south route in Virginia, goes through Walker Mountain and cuts through Walker Mountain. My colleague Tony knows all about that. We do more before 9 a.m. than most people do all day. Good morning, Platoon Sergeant.
Good morning.
That dude is in jail.
You're reaching deep inside you. Go! The things you've never known. It's been tough, rough going, but you haven't gone alone.
We do more before 9 a.m. than most people do all day.
Be all that you can
Hey,
be.
First Sergeant. Good morning.
You can do it in the Army.
Mile 541. Mile 542. Mile 543. Can you hear it? The hum of the power lines. Power distribution systems. The civil engineer will design the towers, but other engineers design the distribution system. And I mentioned before that I served in Bosnia, kind of like the road and bridge guy. Well, one of my colleagues, who I've also mentioned, H, my senior hiking advisor, he was in Bosnia with me as well. And he's a mechanical engineer, a little bit higher level, but you know, the mechanical engineers were born of civils. But he was looking at how the base in Bosnia, Tuzla, was receiving power. And he noticed that they could optimize how they were receiving power, but the base leadership needed to invest some money to get the power differently. And so he very eloquently described how the power was being delivered. And he used the analogy of a 16-ounce glass of beer. And that glass of beer had a 4-inch foam head. Well, if you optimize how your power is delivered, you could have a 16-ounce glass of beer with a 1/2 inch foam head. And so which beer do you want? The foamy beer or the one with the small foam head? And so H got that approved, and because he spoke in common terms so people understood what they were saying. engineers. Ooh, more power lines. All right, made it to the schoolhouse. 1894. And pretty cool. And they got trail magic.
You know.
That was some pretty cool trail magic at the museum. And now we're on this little field that has been nicely mowed for the path. And there's the white blaze. Mile 544. Mile 545. Hear the choo-choo? That's how you catch up to the Cobra. Call in the train to stop them. Twelve 2015. Thanks, train. Had to get the chocolate milk. 8 servings and 190 calories per serving. Got to do some heavy drinking. All right, folks. Just hit the Walmart in Marion for a resupply. Some folks who want to know what I'm consuming. Well, I'm not thinking that I'm consuming enough, but breakfast, oatmeal, raisins and spice. Of course, coffee. And then blueberries, trying to add that to the oatmeal a little bit. Eat a couple figs in the morning. These are pitted, so I don't have to carry out the pits. And then the standby olive oil, 3 meals a day. For lunch, I got the tortillas and Spam Light. Yeah, that's all they had, folks, Spam Light. Always have some snacks, some crackers, some bars, trail mix, and then walnuts. Try and eat some walnut nuts, have some semblance of a good meal. And then banana chips. Those are okay. And then try and keep the protein level up. Chomps, those are pretty good too. Always got the LMNT or liquid IV. Some of the off-brand stuff didn't work too well. Try to have some other nutritious bars. And then I got 2 of these for the next couple days. This is one you need to call in the reinforcements. The honey bun. This is all I could find. 480 calories. The ones over 700 you get at the Dollar General. And then for dinner, Mountain House, I will repackage those into individual sliding bags, although I do keep one of these bags to cook in. It just makes it a lot lighter. So lots to eat over the next 5 days. I'm going to see if I can find a scale. I'm thinking I might have lost a few pounds. So I got to taking a 0. So I'm going to camel up with the food. Finishing up day 46 on the Appalachian Trail. 11 miles, easy saunter. Got picked up and taken a 0 in rural retreat. Weighed in this evening, lost 3 pounds. I need to find a way to put that back on over the next day. But nonetheless, great day. Mile Marker signing out.